Jasontheween is always in disguise. Y'all don't know who this is. This is Golf Court. I was watching Golf Court before I met a lot of y'all. Golf Court does like a deep dive into a certain creator or anything like that. He actually commented down on one of my videos. I was shocked when I seen that. And he had 70,000 subscribers. I was like, dang! I'm making it to the big leagues. But yes, it's about Jasontheween. Let's get it. Why my time not working? Why my time not working? Oh, because it's muted. Oh, I said, what the frick?
Jason does.
Yeah, I don't know him. Tight.
Jasontheween isn't one person. At least, not in the way you think.
Let's get it.
Everything Jason does plays into a bigger performance. A career built on turning himself into different characters online.
Theween. Yes, Jasontheween. He had a crazy backstory, I won't lie to you.
TikTok. Others, he's an IRL streamer or a musical artist. It feels like every few months, he's onto an entirely new thing. And yet, every time he changes character, the crowd gets bigger. But what if I told you none of it happened by accident? The cringe, the characters, the constant reinventions, all of it was a part of a plan. In truth, it was never about the views or fame. Jason was chasing something else.
I gotta be successful quick so that he can live a happy
I'm back. I'm about to get water. All right.
And I've never told him that.
Tight. There's only one Rivera I know.
Dream smelled a lot like acetone. It was the life his parents, immigrants from Vietnam, painstakingly built inside a small nail salon in Fort Worth, Texas. Jason spent Texas afternoons there,
isn't that where
doing homework on the counter,
Joe from?
Nail drills in the background. He was a quiet kid, the kind that got straight A's, won spelling bees, and never really caused any trouble. From elementary school through high school, he mostly flew under the radar.
Almost 7%. Oh my God, that's 7%.
What he saw at home. His parents were older than everyone else's. They never took a day off, and every dollar they earned came from hunching over a manicure table. Somewhere along the way, he made himself a promise. Retire them. Get mom and dad out of that
That's
salon
the plan.
for good. The only problem was he was 15. No license, no job, no way to make real money. Then 2019 rolled around, and a new kind of gold rush showed up on his phone. It started when a company called ByteDance bought this massive but relatively dead app called Musical.ly. They gutted it, rebranded it.
W Musical.ly.
The app as a whole worked differently than any other social platform. Videos were meant to be short, less than a minute in length. And instead of you, the user, choosing who to follow and what kind of content to see, the algorithm really chooses for you. Within a year of the release, TikTok hit the top of the download charts like a nuke. In the blink of an eye, you had kids like Charli D'Amelio, going from filming TikTok dances in her bedroom with 0 followers, to just a few months later moving to LA, starring in Hulu shows, Super Bowl commercials.
She's in Hulu shows?
Deals with Dunkin', Hollister, and Morphe Cosmetics. And Jason thought, well, why not me? But here's the thing, social media algorithms feed on flair. They boost the stuff that grabs your attention, creates urgency, stirs FOMO. And honestly, Jason didn't have that kind of personality. There wasn't much about him that really created conversations. So what does he do? Well, he became someone else. Now,
yeah, he was cringe as frick. He was cringe as frick. I remember this.
In a Jasontheween documentary at this point. But pay attention because this all ties in here in a minute. You see, those cringy, over-the-top personalities online aren't anything new. Actually, it goes all the way back to 2009, to iCarly.
Whoa, chill, iCarly, chill, iCarly.
The OGs of this. It's this annoying, polarizing character, which love it or hate it, it stops your scroll. For whatever reason, it makes people comment.
Wait! Fred was the orange? No way, Fred was the orange! Fred was the orange? Fred was the orange? No way! No way Fred was the orange! I was about to say.
Which, love it or hate it, it stops your scroll. For whatever reason, it makes people comment, share, and talk about it. And we've seen this same time since Fred. From Neon to iShowSpeed, it's a tried and true way to rack up some views on social media. And Jason weaponized this, creating some of the most hard to watch nails on a chalkboard type videos. Mommy, I need milk, Mom. It didn't really take too long before these TikToks were pulling in millions of views, and Jason was growing an actual audience. And with a few viral videos and a snowballing fan base came sponsors.
Oh, I'm eating plant-based nuggets. You will?
For about a year or so, Jason kept up with this, creating cringy videos.
Yeah, no.
And for a while, it was great. But then 2 problems hit. First, his TikTok accounts kept getting banned. No warnings, no appeals. One day he'd have hundreds of thousands of followers, the next, gone. Deleted like they never existed.
Permanently banned.
TikTok, what's going on?
Second, even with the views, the money just wasn't there. TikTok was still too new. Brands weren't shelling out fat checks for sponsored posts yet. So after graduating high school, in that summer limbo before college started, Jason made a decision. If he wanted real money, like retire your parents' money, he had to pivot to a new platform.
Twitch.
No, growing
I'm
up
disgusted.
That's a different beast.
That mommy thing is a kink, yeah. But he was doing it on purpose. I read it. I watched a video, a podcast about him. He was doing it on purpose because he said cringe sales. He knew he was being cringy, but that's what people like to see, and that's what kept on bringing the views. So I don't know. I was not that type of creator, but it worked.
Which is slow, brutal, and unforgiving. And in my opinion, it's probably the hardest platform to build an audience on, which is exactly why Jason had to get strategic. He'd been casually streaming since he was 14. Nothing serious, just testing out the waters, but in August of 2022, he made the call, fully committing his sights on streaming. And in his very first month, he averaged 71 viewers per stream. For Twitch, that's an
first month? First month he got 70 viewers? Dang, bro, got it.
Promising start. But here's where Jason's strategy kicks in. You see, Jason had an audience on TikTok, 1 million followers to be exact, and he began the slow and steady process of converting those followers from TikTok to Twitch. Over the next month, he would stream Valorant gameplay, but instead
I'm trying to convert them.
He got a bit creative. There was this website called ePal, where you could essentially pay girls to play video games with.
We might get on ePal. We might get on ePal. We might get on ePal. I'm a lot of you. We might get on ePal.
Weird. Yes, I know. But that was a part of the character, the bit that Jason played.
Nah, my pants. My pants.
He brought the same TikTok persona into these streams, awkward and always towing the line between cringe and comedy.
People going,
he would
look.
try to rizz the girls up mid-game, leading to some of the most painfully uncomfortable moments imaginable. But that was the point. Jason wasn't just streaming to entertain live viewers, he was streaming for clips. After each stream, he'd post dozens of these videos to TikTok, and the views continued to snowball. Then the next time he'd start up a stream, he'd also go live on TikTok.
Check out this guy doing weird stuff. Oh my god, exactly.
And tell his followers if they wanted to keep watching to come over to Twitch. The brilliance of this two-step approach.
He's not like this no more at all. I promise you, he's not like this no more.
Over 1,000 viewers per stream and had nearly 25,000 followers if they wanted to keep watching to come over to Twitch. The brilliance of this two-step approach paid off because by October of that same year, he was averaging over 1,000 viewers per stream.
So he, from the same year, not even a year after, he jumped from 70 viewers to 1,000 viewers average. Not, oh my god, I got rated by somebody 1,000 viewers. No, average. That's crazy. That's crazy. Jason got it. I won't lie to you.
And had nearly 25,000 followers on Twitch. From there, Jason only hit the gas. He began collaborating with bigger streamers like Prod, Sneeko, and Shanks. He began evolving his content to audiences broader than Valorant. He started hosting e-dates and added in IRL segments. But as 2022 came to an end and 2023 wrapped the corner, an entirely new shift to Jason's online presence came into the picture.
Every time I talk to you, my mind goes blank because you're just so beautiful, and I'm just like, I can't really think straight, you know what I mean?
Jason first met Eugen during what should have been just another e-dating stream. Something about her was different. The flirting and chemistry came naturally, and before long, their on-screen chemistry carried over into real life. They began dating, and for Jason, this was his first genuine relationship, and soon, his audience was just invested in them as they were in him. These days, broadcasting your relationship online is almost like a growth hack, another way to hook viewers. But for Jason, it didn't work that way, because over
don't worry, I'm gonna get a relationship. I'm gonna watch. I'm bringing it right on stream.
the next year, his viewership actually began.
Would you take a mass following or nah? What you mean? Like a follower for somebody else? We'll say nah.
Over the course of a year. So why am I mentioning this? Well, because in those moments with Eugen, at times the mask began to slip. Maybe he was just comfortable.
Like a lot of people following.
Finally starting to feel comfortable in front of a camera. But viewers were beginning to see the more genuine side of Jason, especially during the breakup. Over time, having their relationship play out in front of thousands started to weigh on them.
Well, parasocial community.
And for Eugen,
is that?
Hard to ignore.
I forgot.
Eventually, both decided to step away from their relationship, marking the end of a chapter that quietly reshaped how Jason came across to his audience.
Ooh.
It's funny how life works. How sometimes what feels like a new low can be the exact moment you're on the brink of something higher. Over the next few months, Jason took every successful element from his streams and dialed it up to the max.
2,000 subs, 5,000 subs, 4,000 subs. Oh my gosh.
Traveling from state to state to host in-person dates with different girls. Sa, Selena, and Alyssa all became recurring.
I had this idea! Oh my gosh, that just pissed me off. I just got no money for that.
Fans were quick to dub this era of content the Bop Arc. During this period, Jason's channel exploded in popularity. Just a month after his breakup, his average viewership nearly doubled, soaring from 2,700 to 5,300 viewers in what felt like a blink of an eye. And the growth didn't stop there. Stream after stream, the numbers kept climbing. While attending college full-time, he was streaming an average of 160 hours a month, pushing his momentum farther than ever before.
160 hours, crazy.
Beyond that wave of success was something even bigger. An opportunity that would take everything Jason had built and launch it into another universe. He was going to join Faze Clan.
Yes.
So you have to manhandle me, bro? Holy man, what do I even do?
Hence, the Golden Boy.
Pranks, disruptive outbursts, mogging. Normally, under these circumstances, you would be expelled immediately. But your father has given a very generous donation to the university.
My father?
W
Now, a little
Banks.
backstory. For those who don't know, Faze Clan can be credited with pioneering a lot of what you see on social media today. What started as a small group of gamers making YouTube trick shot videos turned into something entirely new. Eventually, they built a house in New York and all moved in together, arguably creating the first content house the internet had ever seen. From there, things snowballed. By 2018, Faze had stepped far beyond gaming. Their roster, icons like Facebook,
Wallow. Yo, Maria, I appreciate the follow. Oh my gosh, I gotta turn the echo off. I won't lie to you.
Apex were everywhere. They landed huge brand deals, made the cover of Sports Illustrated, and even IPO'd at $1 billion valuation.
Yo, I am new. Welcome.
Now, we've got a video up on our channel that breaks down exactly how and why everything fell apart, but here's the short version. The founders had their equity diluted, corporate overvalued the company, put the wrong focus in the wrong places, the content went stale, fans stopped caring, and eventually Faze went bankrupt. The founders managed to buy the brand back, and in early 2024, they
How you doing, Maria?
Scale revival. Step 1, wipe the slate clean. Almost every single talent was dropped and a fresh roster was announced. For OG fans who'd been watching for years, the bar for the new faces of Faze wasn't just high, it was astronomical. One by one,
Oh my gosh.
for years, the bar for the new faces of Faze wasn't just high, it was astronomical.
Oh my god, I'm gonna miss this phase. This phase is gone forever. This phase is gone forever. Yeah, I do realize that. Jason, Silky, Rage, Lacey, Ron, Max. Why did he have to? Nah, I understand why he had to leave, but like, still, this was. Oh my gosh. Even though I got to it late, it was perfect, Brody.
One by one, names were revealed.
Chill, dear.
Some familiar veterans and some complete newcomers. And on that short list, nestled among a handful of new recruits, was Jasontheween. Truth be told, no one believed in him. For most fans, this felt like
New Face sucks, trash, yep. I remember this.
The kind of hollow move that had sunk Faze in the first place.
What the f is that sorry ass new Faze Clan lineup, man? Who the f are these people?
However, almost everyone was completely wrong.
During their subathon.
Within weeks, public opinion began to flip. Clips of New Face started flooding TikTok, from trips to Tokyo to month-long subathons, and a steady stream of content both as a group and as individual creators. The momentum was undeniable.
That big slicey, bro! Oh!
Jason, in particular,
The first generation better, not gonna lie.
tier of mainstream
I never
success.
watched the first generation, so to me, can't cap second generation is definitely better.
In the closing hours of the month-long subathon, he
And
had
definitely more
100,000
popular.
active Twitch subscribers, overtaking
Yep.
streaming heavyweights like Kai Cenat and Jinxie, making him the #2 most subscribed to Twitch streamer in the world. And Jason went on to close out the year strong. His average viewership had climbed to over 15,000 viewers per stream, a
Average.
474% increase from the start of the year.
You know what he average right now? I can check right now. If he's live right now, Jason averaged a total probably 30,000. 35,000 to probably like 25,000. That's what he averages now. I be peeping. Where he at? He still live? Look at that. 25,000 right now. Jasontheween, 25.6.
And you should go through TSA probably meet and greet because there hasn't been a meet and greet in so long, bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Jason on different things.
Year. He closed in on 1 million followers on Twitch and even won the 2024 Breakout Streamer of the Year award.
We're gonna get that
6
breakout
months
streamer.
ago, I finally dropped out of school to pursue streaming, and today I can say it was finally worth it. Breakout Streamer of the Year, let's go!
Up to this point, a lot of Jason's success had been built around the persona I've been talking about. The guy who will pull the most over-the-top stunts to rizz up girls, purely to send his chat into chaos. But there's a risk in leaning too heavily on one gimmick to keep people entertained. Take Fred, for example. At first, the high-pitched squeaky voice and hyper-edited ADHD-style videos were hilarious. People couldn't get enough, and it shot him into the spotlight. But over time, the
It got dry.
and eventually his audience moved on. At some point, Jason realized this, and decided to make a few changes.
But yeah, I don't know if you knew this, but the girl content has been slowing down.
Wait, why is the girl content slowing down?
Because, you know, I don't know. realized.
Jason, girl content? Not happening? I'm not subbing anymore.
My fault. Am I loud?
I'm not quitting, I'm just slowing down. I just feel like, you know, it's time to evolve.
Heading into 2025, Jason started taking off the mask. Instead of chasing whatever performance would go viral or playing solely to what the chat demanded, he began building streams around what he
I forgot I had gum into JTV set song.
W. To the backseat, and his natural self started to come through on stream.
Who's your favorite Asian YouTuber? Just say it, bro.
I think he was gonna say rice gum.
With the mask coming off, his content stopped being confined to 4 walls, and the world itself became the stage. In South Korea, his content stopped being confined to 4 walls,
Marlon.
and the world itself became the stage. In South Korea, he met New Jeans, one of the biggest K-pop girls.
Ask him type. How I spit it out.
From the
Oh, New Jeans. That's the what's your ETA? What's your ETA? Right? That's them, right? What's your ETA? He made that song popular. I'm gonna lie to you. He made that. He pushed that. That's how I heard. I only heard about the ETA song through Jason. I'm gonna lie to you.
Within days of landing, Jason was filming with some of the UK's biggest creators, Angry Ginge, Deji, and George Clarkey, before stepping in front of a camera for a Sidemen 20v1 video.
We watched this video. Yeah, I wasn't here yet though.
You feel that?
For any creator, being featured in a Sidemen
Hey
video
K-pop,
is a huge
I don't listen to
milestone,
K-pop.
but the momentum didn't stop.
I ain't never heard the
Just
full
before
song
the shoot,
yet.
News had broken that he joined the cast of Inside, a Netflix reality series created by the Sidemen themselves. And then came the moment that would put him in front of one of the largest audiences of his career, the Sidemen charity match. All 90,000 seats at Wembley sold out. Over 2.7 million
That's
tuned in live.
crazy.
The roster included titans like Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, IShowSpeed, and
Kai Cenat,
And for
yeah.
the first time, Jason wasn't the weird kid trying to make a name for himself on social media. He was one of them. He was now a part of the club he once watched from the outside. He had the numbers, the collaborations, Wembley Stadium.
We gonna make it one day.
His name alongside the biggest creators on the planet. But none of that was the finish line. Because long before the Twitch records, Faze Clan, and charity matches, this all started in a small Texas suburb with a quiet kid who promised himself one thing: retire mom and dad.
That's the plan. That's the plan, bro.
My dad sacrificed a lot. My mom sacrificed a lot. Cause I think my dad would always tell me that if he stayed in Vietnam, he could have been like super rich because he had like businesses out there. But he moved there because, you know, he wanted to start a family with my mom and with me. So he kind of put everything onto me. And sometimes I would feel like I would
a burden.
Be like I need to be successful.
You know,
all my parents' sacrifices.
You see, success and sacrifices are like two faces on the same coin, inseparable, each defining the other. One side shapes you into someone capable of winning, while the other validates every hard choice you've made to get there. Think of just about any successful person, not the rare one-hit wonder, but the ones who've truly built something lasting. All of them have paid a steep price, a big chunk of their life traded away in exchange for a shot at the position they're in today.
I'm willing to do it.
Sacrifices worn many faces over the years, and since middle school, it's often come in the form of relationships.
Honestly, in middle school, they used to call me Chino because I was surrounded by a lot of Mexicans.
Okay.
So there's not a lot of Asians in my school, so I'd have to, you know,
go by.
Cultures. So that was also a struggle. Like sometimes I would be scared to speak Vietnamese on the phone because some kids, I knew they would make fun of me, things like that. But in middle school, I'd be like self-conscious.
Yeah.
Like, and I'd sometimes want to be like, I guess not want to be a different race, but like, dress. I'd dress a certain way. I'd do my hair a certain way. Things like that.
And you mentioned that your dad had like left behind a lot of stuff to come here. Were you born there or born here?
Born here.
And you mentioned that like there was some amount of like pressure that you were feeling.
It made me giggle, not gonna lie. Cloud.
So I'm getting the sense of you of like the clock is kind of ticking. I'm also getting the sense that your parents like sacrificed and you're like an only child. So it's kind of like, you know, you get one shot, right? And so kind of like it has to count. Like everything's on your shoulders.
Yeah.
So when you tell your parents, like, let's say like, I'm going to pretend to be you for a second. Okay. Let's do a little bit of role play. You okay with that? Hey, mom, dad, like I'm concerned that y'all are getting a little bit older and I'd love to spend more time with y'all before, you know, it kind of gets too late. Like, I know that y'all made a lot of sacrifices for me and I'm grateful for that. I feel like grateful and indebted to you, and you guys have done so much for me, and like I want to give that back, and I'm afraid that I'm running out of time to be able to give that back. So I feel like this immense pressure to be like really successful like today, because I don't have a whole lot of time to tell you how.
Nah, this is what I'm aiming for.
Yeah, what's it like to hear that, first of all?
I feel really emotional. Feel like, damn, I should tell him that. I want him to know that this is why I'm doing this.
Since blowing up over the past couple of years, he kept that promise in motion. He's bought his parents new cars, surprised them with $10,000.
No, I seen that video. He bought 3 cars. Actually, he bought 2 cars in a truck. One for his aunt, one for his mom, and one for his dad. I was like, whoa.
Path to fully retire.
Yes, Lexus.
For Jason, making content is about giving back to the people who've been in his course.
3 Lexuses, 2 Lexuses in the truck.
Success or to stroke his own ego. Last year, he became Twitch's #1 most subscribed Asian creator. But instead of keeping the spotlight all to himself, he used his platform to highlight other Asian creators and musicians.
Ever since Jasontheween has taken his next level, he's putting a lot of Asian people on for real.
In doing so, he's become more than just a streamer. He's become someone Asian kids growing up in America can look up to. Someone who proved you can be yourself and still win. And he's done it without bending to the old pressure to fit in. The very things he once tried to hide are now the things he stands out for. Jason's only 21, but his story's already proof enough.
He's only 21.
Every late night, every hard choice was worth it.
Dang. W video. If you like the video, make sure you like, subscribe, make sure you follow me on my Twitch at DayQ1. I appreciate you watching. Soon we're gonna be watching the video about me on Golf Court, and I will be watching my own video, I promise you. But thank you for watching. Subscribe to your channel at DayQ Active. I appreciate you. Be breezy, be breezy, be breezy, be breezy. Bye YouTube. Bye YouTube. Bye YouTube. Bye YouTube. Bye YouTube. All right.